Hi, I'm Michael Joy. Welcome back to another, what are we calling these? Another time travel? Some sharing the love from the past. These are appreciations of some old videos.
Blast from the past.
Blast from the past, literally, blast freezers from the past. Here we go. By the highlights, I remember this. Ruth Hinks, highlights of the World Chocolate Masters, Paris, October 2013. We used to travel a lot to go see these events, and it was a lot of fun. And they're overwhelmingly exciting. And the amazing part is these events didn't make it to real TV. Instead, you had the Food Network of people spraying each other with food coloring at times. You know, it was silly compared to the level that this demands. So I hope to find more of these old competition videos. We made some special shapes for Ruth. She's pretty kung fu, and actually Martin Chiffers in the video we just saw was her coach for this. We call it a team, but it was her.
Right.
Chocolate Masters is one person flying solo, expected to be able to perform miracles every minute of the day. So let's see what happens here.
I'm with Ruth Hinks. So Ruth, you're finally here at the World Chocolate Masters in Paris. So how does it feel?
Not a lot of women were competing at the time.
I've got lots of supporters. I hope they'll cheer me on.
Yeah, you have your supporters over there. Please applaud Ruth Hinks, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's about 6 months of sleepless nights before she's sitting there, standing there. It's all adrenaline by this point. These competitions have themes.
Wow.
It's all chocolate, 100%. And they have to express different aspects of chocolate skills. Casting, tempering, airbrushing, hand modeling.
Yes.
Organization, cleanliness.
Ruth Hinks from UK, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is some sort of nature deal here.
It's fun to have people in the crowd to support.
That's crazy.
At least someone loves me.
At least so everybody loves you, Ruth. Come on. So Ruth, are you happy of what you created this afternoon for this marvelous showpiece?
I am happy it's still up because it's really, really hot in here. I feel for the guys that have fallen down because I know it's really hot and I was having a bit of trouble.
This is really important. These events, they got a lot of lights, a lot of people, and if the temperature gets too much, the chocolate just doesn't hold. So we would go to these events and it'd be like ice freaking cold, you know, the middle of summer, and you're like, I need a jacket. It was such a contrast, but for the chefs, they have to do it. Now, the showpiece was not the only thing they had to do. They had to do an entremet and a plated dessert, and all of the themes had to tie together. So I remember what we made for Chef Hinks was a little beehive mold that was a little breakaway yum yum. Hopefully she'll show it. Now this guy interviewing has to interview each country, and I think there may be 16, 18, 20 countries that were competing. So it's a massive multi-million-dollar event, and this is why I never understood why it wasn't on TV.
But I think I'm happy.
And that chef had to qualify.
Right now.
I'm just going to do some decorations for my entremet now.
Let me
Look how clean that is.
The cake
Woof.
of Ruth. It's a Madero Follow chocolate mousse.
Nice chocolate color. It's really
Everything
nice,
from the plates.
chocolate cut.
I forget that girl's name. All of these guys speak. This guy, he was with Barry Callebaut, whatever, show and tell. This girl, she spoke like 6 languages. It's amazing. You know, I remember going to an event one time, and it was a private demonstration, and Beatrice and I came in the door a little late, and there's maybe 15 people around, and the host comes up to us, and he's like, what language do you speak? And I'm like, English? He's like, only English? And I'm like, you sunk my battleship, you know? Because the chef could talk in any language.
Yeah.
It was amazing. These guys are Callebaut. I'm pointing to these two. These two are Callebaut chefs. So they're very, very skilled.
Really clean. It could be a winner.
Parmi les meilleurs qu'on a eu jusqu'à présent.
Ah bon, bonne nouvelle. I don't know if UK understand what Angelo is telling us, that up until now it's his favorite cake.
Really, really good chocolate taste. So far, my favorite one.
Indeed, time for a taste of the UK. She had good comments for her pastry, so let's
Everybody's,
check out how it's
there's
going.
our
Did she
stuff.
win?
Okay, here's the compression plates that we talked about. See how we
Yeah.
pimped them with her name, Ruth Hinks here? And she chose trigger clamps rather than rubber bands, which I think is the way to go. And as long as the hardware equipment is clean, you can use it in a kitchen. It's a fair game. And actually the chefs like to see new things on the table, new ideas,
Yeah.
new processes. And so we were part of that, not just for
Innovation,
chef,
yeah.
but how do we make things that they'd never seen? For one chef, we built a mold that fit in 2 pieces of PVC pipe caps, and it fit onto a drill, and it was, they pour the sugar in, they cap it, and then they spun it with the drill, and they did this rotational casting of a thistle. You know, it was like this tiny little thing with these spikes, and nobody knew how it was molded. It was like, You know, that was fun.
Yeah.
I love that part of the business at the time. We don't get asked for that kind of insanity now.
Gastronomic dessert.
But you'd love that.
Apparently, we should.
That's my happy place.
cut
It's like
it
chess.
for this,
Okay.
Little surprise.
We have pictures of this dessert all over our website because it was very compelling. And this is called the beehive or the
Is
the
that the
hive
mold?
Yeah, it's a stock mold. We made it for her, and what we would do is oftentimes when we collaborated, we would make something for a very minimal cost for the chef, and then we would say, well, if we have the promotion from it and we can make it a stock mold, it was a great exchange because all these competition chefs, they were tight on the dollar. I mean, they had travel and shipping and practice times, and sponsorship was always a big problem. So this is a way that we could sponsor chefs in the competitions. And it got to a point where there were too many people competing and we couldn't sponsor as many as we wanted to. It's like we'd go broke, you know. We'd get all this beautiful stuff, but, you know, I can't pay the electric bill with silicone.
Thank you, Sergio. Wow.
This is, so degustation or flavor,
Now I taste their cake.
it had to be pretty, but these competitions you can't win by pretty. If it tasted bad, they don't care what it looks like. These guys are all about how it hits the mouth.
It has to be both, right?
They're masters.
And the cake from Ruth was for me f***ing fantastic. It was.
Fucking fantastic.
I think the taste of Ruth, they're very, very nice. They are very good in balance always. I taste it also in the cake. They are very good on point. This one is a classic plate, but the taste are.
It's classic, but it's good.
It's very good.
I remember a lot of chefs that I would talk with that were coaching. The chefs are so good, they would want to incorporate all these ingredients into, say, an entremet, which is the cake. Okay, this beautiful entremet is like not a cake. It's this beautiful creation of layered delights. Some chefs in competitions would make the mistakes of just wanting to put everything in and so complex. And the coaches that I talked to would be like, okay, you have to be able to taste the different flavors. Otherwise, it's like this camouflage effect. One flavor cancels out the other. So they said, let it be complex, but let it be individual at the same time. And when a chef couldn't taste the individuality, it's like, is this strawberry? Is this raspberry? Is this coconut? I can't tell because I'm getting all these notes of these different things here. Beatrice, when she would go to the event, she had that type of like perfume nose, and she could diagnose the flavors very well. You know, she always said, I could smell cheap silk. And she wasn't kidding. And these judges can do that as well. And actually, she was invited to be a guest tasting judge at certain events, which was a huge honor because.
Did she do it?
No, she did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was
Invited doesn't mean she was.
It was a lot
there,
of.
but
It was a lot of fun. Beatrice was our ambassador. She would go travel everywhere, and very lovable personality. So it was. She had friends everywhere, and it was flavor was her thing. You know, I could do shape, but I couldn't catch it. So hand dipping. It's a skill you got to express. It's got to be clean. There's all sorts of fussy things that they look at.
It's very interesting because her team, it was.
Oh, Alexander.
According, you know.
I'm like seeing my old family here. Alexander, he was in Chicago, and he was one of the first chefs that we made a mold for, a masquerade mask, and he ended up getting that in the New York Times, and it was fun to see this really, really simple thing was a big deal at the time. This was back in 2003, I think, 2003. It's gone so far. At the beginning, people didn't know what to do with the molds, and even the book that I wrote, Confectionery Art Casting, we wrote that with John Krause, Ewald Notter, Keegan Gerhard, Jackie Pfeiffer, and Sebastian Canon. And those are all prominent names these days. But we didn't even know what to do with molding at the time. It just was uncharted territory. So Alexander, he moved back to Belgium the last time I talked to him. I mean, it's been a long time. It's fun to see these. It's like old guy on the rocking chair remembering stuff, right?
Yeah. To the bee.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, chocolate sunny.
For her degustation, it's really interesting.
But did you see that transfer sheet was honeycomb on the bottom?
Yeah.
The top 5, the 5 finalists who will, one of them, eventually be crowned.
See, all dudes, one Ruth.
Donc pour le pays et le United Kingdom, avec Ruth Hinks. Ruth Hinks, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay.
Chocolate Master, Confectioner of the Year. It's really fun to see these things. Some of these events I was at, some I wasn't. There were just so many that as a small company, we couldn't afford to be outside of the shop and not making molds because we were maybe 3 or 4 or 5 people at the time. And so you take 2 out of the house, it goes down 2 primaries out of the house. It was, yeah. Thank you for watching. It's nice to see Ruth and Alexander and some of these faces. They probably are like grandparents by now, right? So, I mean, I got a kid in college, for God's sake, so.
Today I'm going to make the entremet or the layered cake that I did at the World Chocolate Masters in Paris last month. First of all, we're going to make the crunchy layer at the bottom. We're going to mix our butter, ground almonds, brown sugar. So we need 60 grams of each of the mix into each bowl. I'm going to put this in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes on 180.